Alright, here we go with the Journey Archive. This is by far the longest one, and the toughest one to beat, but the easiest one to get a gold star in, if that makes sense. The reason is it's really easy to get 100%, and there's lots of opportunities for points. It's just a matter of understanding what to do. For example, in this first section, it can be a little tricky to get 100% if you don't know what you're doing. Basically, as you can see, there's circles around the sphere, and they're all black, and when you detonate the red stuff or you shoot the red stuff around it, it turns it to blue blocks. And that's what you have to do. You have to get each ring to become blue in order to get the 100% purification. You have multiple blocks that spawn in, so don't sweat it if you think you messed up or you missed. There's lots of opportunities on normal. You have lots of red blocks spawning in before it moves to the next circle, but don't get cocky. Do maybe 4 or 5 perfect Octa-Locks on a ring and then move on. On hard difficulty, they give you less opportunities. So if you miss on the first like 6 red squares that spawn in, the first set of 6 red squares that spawn in, they won't give you any more. Whereas on normal, you may have like 8 or 9 opportunities for sets of red squares to spawn in to fill up the black squares. If that makes sense, hopefully it does. But essentially, this part's it's pretty self-explanatory. Just try to detonate the red squares on the black ones, and they'll turn blue. And the game, it does shift back and forth. So, if you miss one area, you might have a chance to go back. The game might, reset itself and give you a chance to go back to that area and try to get 100%. With that said, you should be leaving this area with somewhere between 75,000 and 100,000 points. And you just, you can wait for the red spheres or the red squares to get into place, or you can just shoot them one by one. I like the Octa-Lock because I like the points. But if you have to forego an Octa-Lock once in order to make sure you get 100% on the area, it's not a big deal. This section right here, make sure that you wait till the squares are where you want them to be. So for example, right here, they spawn on the bottom, and I just wait for them to go up to the top before I let go. If you wait too long, they will disappear, so that's something to make note of. Make sure you grab that Euphoria at the end, and then you're going to have a throwback to Beauty where you're going to fight the Enigma Lotus. Now, something to note, don't bother trying to Octa-Lock on the petals because they don't give you any points, so it's pointless to do so. And there's no point in shooting the Lotus until you've unlocked the core. Now on hard difficulty, you have to destroy these petals a lot faster and without any error, pretty much. Like you can't miss any, like you saw me miss a few and go back to get them. Because the purple stuff that's around the petals, that are the purple lines, when they draw in, as you can see there's purple lines around the petals, when they're completely in, like when they, I don't know, touch the center of the petal, they'll start shooting purple stuff at you, and you will not have an opportunity to unlock the core again. So, and it does move quite fast on hard difficulty, so be prepared for that. And just do what I do here. And when I say spam the tracer, like in all my videos I say spam the tracer, what I mean is you hold R2 and you press the X button so that you're constantly locking onto stuff, but you're also spamming your tracer. And that's the best way to make sure you get 100% on an area, because you're getting the lock-ons, your bullets are going off, you're more likely to hit stuff, which is what counts. So after a while, you'll get to know the patterns. On hard difficulty, you should be able to get this part down, no problem. You should definitely not get hit at all on hard difficulty in these first 2 sections, even the 3rd section. The 4th section is where you face the running men from Passion, and that section can be a little tricky. But the hardest part of the game is definitely, I guess I'd call it the second last section, where it's like a throwback to Matrix. You have the sphere in the center, and you got these circling things around it. And I'll discuss that when I get to it. But anyways, for this next part here, it's pretty easy for the most part. On hard difficulty, the purple stuff just comes at you faster. It's not really more that they shoot at you. Oh yeah, they do shoot more purple stuff at you, but it's not a big deal. Now as you can see, those are the first 2 sets of purple stuff. This is the 3rd set. On hard difficulty, after I destroy that 3rd set, I don't even bother to Octa-Lock. I just wait for the 4th set, because this set right here, it comes at you really fast and it's really hard to manage on hard difficulty. As you can see, on normal, it almost hit me. So on hard difficulty, after I destroyed the 3rd set of purple stuff, I just waited for the 4th set, prepared myself, and took it out without getting hit. And like I said, on hard difficulty, it's really about surviving. It's really gonna test your patience, and you gotta know when to Octa-Lock, when to wait, when to spam your tracer, do all that stuff. Now this next section is kind of like evolution. You're gonna have this creature here. I did 2 perfect Octa-Locks on him, and then finished him off with, I guess, my tracer. On hard difficulty, I just did 1 perfect Octa-Lock and then spammed the tracer on him so that he wouldn't shoot that purple stuff at me. And the same thing with this guy. I just made sure I got rid of one of them really quickly so that I could avoid dealing with 2 sets of purple stuff coming at me. And they do disappear kind of quick on that 2nd set, so make sure that you kill them fast. You're going to deal with these like eel creatures again. They're going to take 3 Octa-Locks on hard to take out. And you can perfect Octa-Lock on these fishes. I don't know what I was doing here, really. Just being an idiot. So again, if you're strapped for points, there's an easy section where you can improve upon my gameplay. And again, go counterclockwise. I don't know why I was going the same direction. Or, I don't know, go the opposite direction of what it was going. I don't know if it was going clockwise or counterclockwise or whatever, but... Now, it's the same tactic as evolution with this whale. You're just going to want to make sure that you hit every single thing that spawns on him, so don't bother trying to build up a combo. Just spam your tracer on these things that spawn on him, and you'll be good. So you should be at 85%. You can lock on to about 2 or 3 sets of fish right there before these other whales come in. These guys take 2 perfect Octa-Locks each to take out. On this second guy, I'm just really quick to destroy him because he shoots purple stuff at you if you wait too long. So on hard difficulty, I recommend just spamming your tracer on him. The first guy, you can take a little bit of a time. You can, Octa-Lock once maybe. And this third guy, he shoots stuff at you too if you take too long. So maybe just Octa-Lock on him once and then finish him off with the tracer. So when you get to those fishes, you should be at 85%, and each fish is worth, or each whale, mini whale is worth 5%, and that'll give you the 100. You should be entering this area with 350,000 to 375,000 points. Because I wasn't using the lock on, I foregoed a lot of points there on the mini fish. On hard difficulty, it's pretty much going to be the same as Passion. I focused a lot on the purple guys before I focused on the orange guys on hard difficulty. These first 2 are nothing to take out. It's this one right here where these third set of running men come in. It gets tough to avoid damage, I guess, right here, because they shoot 2 arcs at you and they move really fast on hard difficulty. On the run that I completed for the gold star on hard, I didn't get hit, but every other time I tried it, I got hit. So it's really hard to avoid. So don't sweat it if you do get hit. There's a tactic I use in the last section of this game that avoids you from getting hit, so I'll discuss that when I get there. But you can perfect Octa-Lock on these guys. You should be leaving this area with close to 400,000 points, or 425, 450,000 points even. Now this area by far is the hardest. Not this first section. This just has 3 rotating blocks around it. And then after you clear out those 3, you're going to have 5 rotating blocks, and then you're going to have 7 rotating blocks. And each of them, they shoot purple stuff at you, and the purple stuff gets more and more crazy with each level. So not only do you have more guys to kill, but you have more complex patterns of purple missiles coming at you. So you can just be quick and spam your tracer. It's really hard to time the beats in this section. But I mean, with enough practice, you should be able to get it down. Now, you should have 3 Euphoria as well by this section. And what I did on hard difficulty was I just completed these first 2 sections without getting hit. The second section may seem overwhelming on hard, but it's just pattern recognition for the direction of the purple missiles. Once you get that down, it's a cakewalk, really. This first section poses no problem. Just make sure you understand the way the beat is going, because you don't want to mess up your perfect Octa-Lock. And when you're on the last few blocks of each enemy, just spam your tracer, finish them off. Don't bother trying to perfect Octa-Lock. Once you get a couple perfect Octa-Locks in there, you know, just take your points and go. Finish them off. Don't deal with the hassle of constantly trying to shoot down purple stuff and prolong your gameplay and have a larger room for error. Okay, so now you got 4. Sorry, my bad. 4, and then on the last section you probably have 5. But as you can see, they're moving in pretty much a general circular motion, and on hard difficulty it's the same thing. They just shoot more purple stuff at you, and they come at you faster. So I mean, as long as you can leave your cursor in one place and let the purple stuff fall into your line of fire, or you can move in the opposite direction and take them out quicker. Obviously, the trade-off being is if you move your cursor, you run the risk of missing one, as your thumb may not be the most accurate to track down the enemy missiles. So just keep doing what you're doing. Luckily I didn't break my combo. So as you can see, I got 480,000 points. You should have well over 500,000 at this area. But don't sweat it, because like I said, Journey gives you a lot of opportunity for points. And I think I finished this normal playthrough with 900,000, and I easily could have gotten over 1,000,000. So on hard difficulty, this purple stuff that they shoot at you, as you can see, it's quite frequent. They don't just shoot one set and then let you go back. They shoot multiple sets at you, and the patterns are kind of complex. And so on hard difficulty, what I did was, because I reached this area with full health, I was lucky enough to do that. If you reach with 3 health, that's fine too. I just did the best I could with the Octa-Locks and taking down the purple missiles. And I think I got maybe 4 or 5 Octa-Locks on these guys before I got hit. Once I got hit once and I was down to 3 health, or in your case, if you get down to 1 health on hard difficulty, if you get hit, I just use a Euphoria. And if you use a Euphoria in this area, it'll just automatically take out all the blocks and move you to the next area. So that's a good sign that you don't have to deal with this part, because it can get kind of complex. So on hard difficulty, you should have even more points than 500,000. You should have close to 600,000 on hard difficulty in this area, because enemies have more health. There's more chances for you to Octa-Lock, more opportunity for points, easy points. But it's not like you fully need it. I mean, the Euphoria bonus that you'll get at the end of the hard difficulty should be 50,000, because you use Euphoria in this area. But the next section after this one, it's still categorized as the same area, but it's just pretty much a point fest. I mean, you're just going to build up a ton of points as long as you maintain your multiplier. And Journey, for the most part, it's easy to time all the beats except for the beginning of this section, where it can be kind of complex. So on hard, you should be leaving this area with 625, 650,000 points. But again, don't sweat it if you don't. As long as you have over 550,000, you'll be more than well off to get the 800,000. Just make sure you focus on getting that 100% purification. With this area, these fishes, they don't give you any points, and you don't want them to shoot that white light at you, so just spam your tracer on these guys and get to this part. This, if you remember from Matrix, gave you a ton of points, and it's no different here. It's going to give you a ton of points to build up on. No rush. There's just going to be a bunch of these fish guys. It shouldn't take you more than 2 to 3 tries, eliminating these fishes. I've never failed at this part, so I don't know if you take too long, if they all go away and you don't get 100% purification, but I mean, for the most part, it's not challenging at all. So once you get to this part on hard difficulty, you're out of the woods. Pretty much safe sailing from here, assuming that you can time the beats and not lose your multiplier. So there's one more part. You're gonna fight these block creatures like you did at the very end of Matrix. And in Matrix they gave you points, but here they won't. So just spam your tracer, just kill them really quickly to get to the sphere again, and then build up massive amounts of points. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed that little segue or music video into this next section, but I'm just going to quickly talk about what I think of this game since it's pretty much coming to a close. This last section with the tree, there's not much to say. You're just going to have to spam your tracer because it's really hard to time the beat to get an Octa-Lock, and it doesn't really matter at this point. You should reach this area with over 750,000, and it won't really give you any points because each of these bell things are worth like 10 each or something, or 20 each, and with the perfect Octa-Lock they're worth 80 each, and it's really hard to maintain your Octa-Lock combo in this section because there's virtually no beat. So this game, probably one of the best games I've played of 2011. It's very rare that I can say that with kind of a niche title like this one. Other games that have been up there are Battlefield 3, Catherine, Dark Souls. But what makes this game so special is how the gameplay and the soundtrack kind of synchronizes into one unique experience. It's visually stunning, of course, and in 3D it looks amazing too if you have a 3D TV. But I mean, it's something new and refreshing and unique, and it's a game that's kind of just a pure fun experience. It's got that innocence. Anybody can play it. It's just a great way to relax It's not a huge time commitment if you just want to, you know, each level takes about 10 minutes to complete. It's got the challenge there if you want it. It's pretty much got every element that a good game should have. And it's a very esoteric, very obscure, mysterious, very new kind of title. I love Q Entertainment. They're one of the few developers that I'll buy anything that they put out. That's the reason I bought this game in the first place. I played Lumines, Every Extra Extend, those kind of games. I love those puzzle games so much. And so does my girlfriend, and we play those a lot. So we decided, you know, Child of Eden, same guys that developed it, we'll give it a try. And not surprisingly, it turned out to be one of the best experiences we've played this year. So I would highly recommend that you try it. I mean, it is a shooter game, but if you really want to be good at it and prove you got skill, you gotta, you know, do the Octa-Locks, time your shots with the beats of the music, do all that good stuff. The platinum does require time. You know, it's not that much. It depends on skill. It's highly skill dependent. It could take anywhere from 10 to 50 hours for the platinum trophy. So, but like I said, it's a game. You can sit there and just keep on retrying for like 4 or 5 hours on end until you've perfected a level. It's a game where you can just jump in, play it once or twice, you know, 1 or 2 rounds of a level, then just jump out. It's a great soundtrack, probably the best soundtrack I've ever heard in a video game ever. I went and actually downloaded a bunch of Genki Rocket's music because it's just amazing. That's the developer's band, I guess, and they also produce music for this game, and the music is just phenomenal. So I would highly recommend you look them up on YouTube. You know, visually stunning, gameplay wise very unique. It's got the challenge, like I said. It's just an incredible game on every front, really. It may put off a lot of people due to its obscure nature, but I mean, if you just want a game to relax, mellow out, you know, I played this game a lot in and out during my exams, and it was absolutely perfect. I couldn't ask for a better game because I could just take a break from studying, jump in, play a couple matches, jump out. It was awesome. So again, I highly recommend you check this title out. And now you're gonna see the rankings. So I didn't get 900,000. I don't know why I said that. Maybe I got that on the hard difficulty run or something, but there we go, guys. If you have any questions, as usual, leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them as fast as I can, but that does it for now, guys. Quantum is out. Take it easy.